Oh my goodness. Hello, how's things? How we doing? How's things? How's things? Hi. I'm a bit wobbly again, so let's just... Ooh. Anyway, hi. It's been a week. How are we doing? Hopefully audio's fine, you can hear me. That seems like it's way too loud. Let's turn it down a little bit. And apparently I've dropped 10,000 frames. That's not good. That's not good at all. Interesting. Right, what if I do... Let's see what I can get rid of. I might need to dump something. Don't know what, but something needs to go. Because that says it's not good. Oh, it says we're getting the orange bars now. We're getting orange bars. I thought I'd fixed things. Apparently I didn't. Oh my gosh. Let me just double check this. Excuse me. Let's put that down to that so that we can see that it's working. But yeah, that seems fine. That seems fine. That seems fine. Honestly, I do have things working. I promise. I promise I've got things working. But yes. Happy weekend all. Hope you're all doing good. This evening we are joined by the lovely Mildred, who has decided to rear her face again. So we've got Mildred one there. I can't even remember what side she's at, but that's her. Good grief. Good grief, sir. You gave me a fright. I would have had my eye out. My eye would have been out.
Yeah. There's some Scottish people that kind of say purple burglar alarm. 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 Burglar?
Nah. Not often. Not often. Right, but yeah, we're going to start off with the Owl Observatory, which is a demo. It is just a demo, so it shouldn't take too long, and then we will jump over to the other thing. You might remember me playing this on a birthday stream like a couple years ago. But we do need to turn the music off. Do need to turn my music off. I need to make sure that the game audio is on. It seems extremely loud. Where is it? That's the one. That's the one. Do you know something? I wouldn't be surprised if it was kind of along those kind of lines. That's game audio. I'm going to turn it. Is it loud? Is it too loud? I feel like it's too loud. I'm going to turn it down just a touch again, because I just feel as if it was just too loud. Video game. We want that. Right. Okay. Because it's extremely loud in my ear holes. It's extremely loud here. There's an owl in your observatory. Yes, there is, and no, your entrance music is still broken because this is the drive that has your entrance music in it. This drive has your entrance music in it, and I haven't fixed it yet. I'll fix it soon, don't worry. I will fix it. I will do it. I just haven't done it yet. I'll make that my job to do. Do you know what? For the length of time that it takes, take this cable out because I don't need it. Fix me. Fix me. Put that there beside my books. Get that song around there. Right. I'll put that there. And we'll open that. And we'll go that drive. And it's like, oh my god, then it's, you can't see what I'm looking at, it's like all this stuff. All this stuff. The Owl Observatory is a sequel to the game Dinner with an Owl that I played a couple of years ago on my birthday. It was a bizarre little game. It was a little puzzle game where you had to figure out how to break the loop and get out. And it was weird, but we did enjoy it, we did like it. Let me see, view has icons, so let's see what I'm looking for. Because if I don't fix this, he's just going to moan at me. He's just going to moan at me. So, large icons, because I'm old and I am spick. Carol, and they do love owls. It even sounds weird when I'm saying owls. 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 Crafty stuff. Where are you? These are not the videos I'm looking for. It's a gift that I'm looking for. Right, I'm looking through all this now. Although it should be on my stream stuff. Wait a minute. Stream stuff? Stream stuff? Would you be surprised? This has got all the stuff that I had set up for you for coming back to streaming as well ages ago, when I had the little He Returns little kind of poster thing that I'd made up for you. I can do better than that now. I've been on a course. I'm still doing the course technically. Looking for GIF. GIF. That probably would have been faster. You know what? You'll allow it? I thought you'd allow it. I thought you would allow it. Gifts big pack. Might be in here. Nope. I'm still going there. Wonder if he's still got us. Yeah, I've been doing it for work, because it's part of work. Height is at... No, not yet. I'm trying to... I'm not playing the game just now. I know that the mouse is moving around, but... Hang on. That's not the one. This is what I'm looking at right now, because I'm trying to find this GIF so that I can fix it on his thing. Don't worry, I know. It's not there. Turians, bongos. This is intro screen that I had done, but I can do better now. What's in this one? Don't want that. Anyway, I'll look for it later. Still waiting on it. Oh yeah. I said I was going to do that as well, didn't I? I said I was going to do a lot of things and I haven't done it yet, so... Why are we being surprised? It's me. I am slow on the uptake of doing the things, but I do get it done. You did have another idea. And what's the other idea? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm actually thinking about changing some of the bits about my, like some of my alerts and things as well. But on the plus side, I did get Dixper working again. So that means that I can do my different Dixper alerts. So yeah, we have these guys are back when it decides to work. It feels like it's a little bit slower. It's fine. Eagle says no.
Do you know what this invitation is all about?
Oh, wait. Let's press the button.
Good evening. Excuse me, is this the right place for the presentation?
Oh,
Welcome, my distinguished attendees. I am pleased that you are all here. Joanne Kepler, court astronomer and mathematician. Williamina Wollaston,
Do you remember me playing this game,
physicist
Sluggy?
at the Royal Society.
Surely somebody has to remember this,
And
because there
of
was a song in the
course,
middle of it.
Tycho Brahe, astronomer to the Danish king.
Because there was a song in the middle of
Where
it, and
are
everybody
my
just sat there for
manners?
10 minutes going,
Please, let me introduce
What?
myself.
just happened.
I am Virgil Brooks, your host.
But
I have gathered you here today to make an announcement that I am sure will be of great interest to you. Listen carefully.
Very carefully.
The day after tomorrow, time will come to a complete standstill. The stars have already stopped moving.
how is that possible?
What says
Don't
it's not?
worry
What
about
makes you say it's
that
not? You know,
yet.
Pete.
Until then, be my guests. You have to stay for dinner.
Well, it's possible.
Welcome, Mr. Brahe. Mr. Brooks is already awaiting you.
Look at the eyeball.
Is it staring back at me?
You couldn't see the other ones, no.
Is it staring back at me?
Right, okay, so Declan.
Mr. Brooks is already awaiting you.
Control. Ooh, lots of things to...
Mr. Brooks sure has taste.
He has taste.
Mr. Brooks advised me not to let anyone in the cellar. It's much nicer here anyway.
Okay.
Mr. Brahe, welcome to my
Oh, there's a
office.
key there. I'll
Feel
grab that in a
free
minute.
to look around.
Oh, the key's like...
Please leave the key to the cellar where it
And
is.
that's where the cellar key is.
Of course. I really need to get my hands on it.
Why? Why to get your hands on the cellar key?
What's special about this teapot?
One of my most precious belongings. A device I developed
wasn't quite as
all
loud.
by myself. When pouring something in, it distinguishes between different types of tea and holds the temperature at the perfect level. Earl Grey
What's the
or
bubble?
Darjeeling,
That's a
peppermint
thought.
or matcha.
in the
Everything
bag.
is possible with this special teapot.
Control, not thingy. Let's leave the room.
What
Strange
is that
machine?
strange machine over here?
Oh, that. That is my cognitive enhancer. I bought it once from a very tiny man in Amsterdam. He claimed that it would boost cognitive abilities and that it would emit a high-pitched steam whistle sound when the user spends too much time pondering.
Okay.
But I realized that it does absolutely nothing besides whistling at completely random times.
So why not chuck it out then?
I'm sorry for your mispurchase.
The cellar better pray I never come back to Amsterdam.
Ooh, angry owl.
At least it looks fancy.
That's a peculiar grandfather clock.
No. That's just an old clock that doesn't even tell the correct time.
It doesn't.
No need to think about it any further.
there is some kind of energy flowing through it.
No, no. That's just how this old mechanism
No.
works. No need to think about it any further.
It shows a huge obelisk.
That's a story for another time.
For another time. Another time. I just had a thought. I am going to miss my...
It's a drawing of an impressive organ.
I learned to play that instrument during my time in Prague.
You seem to be a man with many talents, Mr.
to
Brooks.
bring the microphone a bit closer to me.
Dedication,
I
Mr.
feel as if I'm being
Brahe.
quite quiet. Like I'm being quiet
I am a
compared to the
very
music.
dedicated man.
Weird again. I could be wrong though. Right, so look at that.
What is
This
that
looks like a
strange
pencil sharpener.
machine over here?
That's my spiritual clone machine.
Yeah, what?
It allows me to duplicate each and every human on Earth.
That's impressive. Does it really work?
Sure. But there is one drawback to it. If
it
the
kill him?
cloned person is noted by anyone, he or she will just vanish into thin air. The clone just disappears at eyesight.
Very interesting.
I think you've seen everything interesting in here, and also some ordinary things like this grandfather clock with its insignificant glass tube. What do you like most? Is it the teapot? I bet it's the teapot. But now, Mr. Brahe, I will turn my attention to the upcoming meal. There are some topics to be discussed with Declan.
Yes.
I think you've seen everything interesting in here.
So why is he
Declan.
telling me?
Mr. Brooks,
Report the current status.
well, I just finished the Vichy soir
Oh,
as an
there.
hors d'oeuvre.
Sounds delicious. Now hurry
Oh,
up.
that alert doesn't even work
Very
either.
well, sir.
Come on. Honest to Betsy. Right, okay. I've no fixed everything. Things need to go. Need to get me pink
Declan.
Velcro. Oh, because of the thingy. It's
Mr.
purple.
Brooks,
What
It's purple.
took you so
Don't worry about
long?
it. I don't mind. I
Didn't
can take
tell
his
you
headset.
that I want you
He's
to
got black
react
ones.
quicker?
very well,
He's
sir.
got black ones. Guess I've got him the same headset in
Declan.
black.
Mr. Brooks,
I just thought about the delicious black pudding you cooked last week.
Surprise!
well,
It
They're
was
not even for me, they're
extraordinary.
for the niblets.
thank you, Mr. Brooks.
But yes, I'm back playing the weird stuff again.
Declan,
Oh my, why is he shouting this time?
Mr. Brooks,
I just want you to get back to work, Declan.
very well,
Oh
sir.
my god, Declan's gonna like kill him. And I won't be surprised.
I think you've seen everything interesting in here. Declan,
Oh my good
Mr.
grief.
Brooks,
I just thought about the delicious black pudding you cooked last
He's
week.
busy at the moment.
well,
It was extraordinary.
I'm trying to distract
thank
him.
you, Mr.
I
Brooks.
can't distract him. Okay, bye then. Because he doesn't want me to actually talk to him.
Who was that?
Oh, that was just George.
That was a
Declan.
phone. Right, so I need to get... This way remains locked in demo. Okay, fair. Fair, fair. So what if I... If we go back in here... Right, so he's shouting.
Declan,
Nah.
Mr. Brooks,
I just want you to
Got
get
it.
back to work, Declan.
very well, sir.
And we're going to try and grab this now next time he shouts on him. Because he's going to shout him in a second.
Declan,
Yep, there we go.
Mr. Brooks,
I just thought about the
It emits
delicious
an
black pudding.
I would literally set myself on
Well,
fire if I
It
touched
was
it.
Okay, we
extraordinary.
won't touch it then. Fine.
thank you, Mr. Brooks.
Right, we're trying to leave the room. Let him get shouted at again.
Declan.
Locked.
But I've got a...
This door leads to the cellar.
I know. Where's my keys? I don't remember.
This door leads to the cellar.
Come on, game. Tell me what I need. See, I had to do this last time and I don't remember.
Declan.
Don't get why I did that. But never mind. We got in.
I don't want to take away someone's toy.
You might want to.
October 23rd. The moon hangs low tonight, casting eerie shadows across the mansion. Mr. Ambrose Fairchild, that peculiar owlish visitor, haunts my thoughts. He showed an unusual interest in my astronomical studies, and today I observed him manipulating the grandfather clock. What purpose could he have for such inquiries? I've allowed him, along with his timid butler Declan and the taciturn George, to stay in my mansion. Unsettling events leave me filled with dread and suspicion. Time itself seems to wane and wax at Mr. Fairchild's whims, for the clocks throughout the house keep strange, inconsistent hours.
Something's happening. Inconsistent
October
hours.
26th. Another sleepless night has passed, and the mansion feels like a prison.
He's so slow in talking.
Mr. Ambrose Fairchild taunts me with cryptic knowledge, and his visits to my study grow more frequent. Last night, under the ghastly glow of the full moon,
Yeah,
October
stressing.
27th.
Final
The
entry.
final entry, dear diary. For I know not if I shall survive this night. The clock strikes midnight, and I pen these words with trembling hands.
Right, so Virgil Brooks.
Tonight I shall confront Mr. Ambrose Fairchild in the moonlit garden where the boundary between reality and nightmare blurs. Armed with a dagger,
Mr. Brahe.
Oh, jeez.
What are you doing in here?
Yeah.
I read Mr. Brooks' diary.
You surely mean you read my diary.
What?
I am very disappointed that you have invaded my privacy.
And now we die.
And I am even more disappointed that Declan let this happen. I was probably too lenient with him. I'll keep an eye on you, both.
This one's not for me. I'll leave this one for someone else. This one's not for me. Nah, I don't want it.
Don't want it.
I'll pass on this one. I'll pass on this one. I'll pass on this one. I'll
Is there any
leave
you
this
like?
one for
Jesus.
someone else. I'll pass on this one. This one's not for me. Nah, I don't want it.
That one sounds nice though. Berry infused Zinfandel.
This one's not for me. I'll leave this one for someone else. I'll
Johnny
leave
Miller.
this one for someone else. Not interested in this bottle. I'll pass on this one. I'll leave this one for someone else. I'll leave this one for someone else. I don't want to take away someone's toy.
But maybe you do. Maybe you do. Oh, that's how right. I understand. I don't. I will never understand these games, but I do like them so much. Where do I want to go?
Declan.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, I don't
Dick.
want. Nah, I
No,
don't.
Mr. Brooks.
I don't.
Do I want this?
I just want you to get back to work, Declan.
Got
Very
it.
well, sir.
Don't know what it's. Oh, I had to get. It didn't even tell me that I had to get the thing.
Declan,
He's busy
Mr.
at the
Brooks.
moment. He's busy.
The door is blocked.
Well,
It was extraordinary.
thank you, Mr. Brooks.
I don't want Mr. Brooks.
So
Mr. Brahe,
what? I didn't do nothing.
my spiritual clone machine went missing.
Then we talking
Do
about.
you happen to know anything about it?
I...
Well, I don't want to make any accusations here, but rest assured that I do not tolerate hostile behavior in my house.
I'm not being hostile. Face accusations.
Hello, Declan.
How may I be of service?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Mr. Brooks seems to be quite harsh.
No, no. He is an honourable and very generous employer.
Right, I'm not answering that until tomorrow.
Aren't you supposed to cook dinner?
In all modesty, I am excellent at multitasking. The food is on the stove.
Can I go to the kitchen?
I'd like to talk to you about George.
All I know is that Mr. Brooks helped him at a time when George didn't see any future for himself. And now it is claimed that George is the future of Mr. Brooks. But I don't know what that means. It's just what Mr. Brooks says.
See you later.
Have a nice evening, Mr. Brahe.
Declan,
All right, let's try this. But I should be very careful with such a powerful device.
Send clone to the entrance area.
Oh,
This is so weird.
that was... me.
Right, but yeah, because, yeah, so. Clone in Brooks' office.
suspicious.
Right, so. Should I do it to the cellar? Because if I'm doing this to the cellar, then I can look about better, I suppose. Control your clone.
I don't want to take... Not interested in this bottle.
So. It doesn't want me to actually go anywhere, so. Right, so. If I go back. No, I shouldn't have done that. Because now he's going to disappear.
Oh,
Oh no, wait, I know. So if I do it, and then we send it to... But then I can't send it to the office, because if I send it to the office, then it's gonna get stuck.
Suspicious. Declan.
Go machine. What a strange remote kit. Right, so send clone to cellar. But we do that. So then I can use... Why are we so... Proceed to dinner or continue exploring. I don't think I can't do anything. Just go to bed. Just go to dinner. Just go to dinner. It's fine.
Let's have
I have
dinner.
no idea what's going on. I have no idea.
Delicious. Isn't it, Miss Wollaston?
Indeed. This meal is a celebration of exquisite tastes.
I agree. The taste is so rich and indulgent.
Declan really surpassed himself here.
Did he?
Makes my hunger go away.
Yes. Thank you, George.
Right, so we'll
About
just
the
ask the
time
questions, I
coming
suppose.
to a
We'll ask the
standstill.
questions.
What do
we
you think
happens?
causes the standstill?
I have my theories, but I am not ready to share them with you yet.
What will happen when time stops passing?
You
I
become
assume
him.
that everything and everyone will be locked in their current position, not being able to move or talk or feel
Oh well.
forever.
What can we do to stop this?
Oh,
what
if
can we do?
only I knew. But as far as I
Things-
am aware, there's no way for humans to influence the passage of time.
There needs to be something we can do.
Well, go on and try.
I want to
Mr.
ask you something.
Brooks, I'd like to ask you something.
What would you like to ask? No, we can't ask why he's an owl. You can't just ask people why they're
I
an
never
owl.
heard of you before you invited us here. What's your story?
I've become pretty reclusive recently. But before I moved
because you're an
here,
owl?
I lived in many places of this planet. Never
Hysteria?
stayed for a long time. I'm always
can't say I've heard
eager
of
to
it.
learn. And always eager to experience the beautiful things in life.
We just watched I think we're on the 6th episode now of season 1. Do I want to ask why he's an owl?
I can't help but notice you
Well, maybe
seem
have a
to
look.
have the appearance of an owl.
Oh dear, it's getting late.
We won't ask any. Squid Games. We're on episode 6 of the first season now.
About George. Are you also a scientist, George?
I am a lawyer.
He's my lawyer.
Do you?
Do you also live here at Mr.
I've lived
Brooks'
here.
house?
Yes,
I'm
he
a
does.
wakelinist.
That's pretty unusual for a lawyer to live with his client, isn't it?
It is just the way I want it to be.
Let's adjust my skirt because it's riding up me. We have an Instagram. Yes. Because the episode before the last one that we watched,
And do
we
you
were watching it with the
want
girls
to
and I
live
didn't
here,
realise that there was
George?
nudie scenes in it.
I live
So
here
there was a
at
big,
Mr.
not a
Brooks'
big
house.
kind of thingy, but there was a wee sex scene in it, and the lassies are going
Enough,
absolutely
George.
horrified.
From
It was funny.
tomorrow onwards,
It was
you
cringeworthy,
are
but it was funny
suspended
at the
from
same
having
time.
dinner with us. And Mr. Brahe, that is
So the two of them were
none
like
your
that.
concern.
No, covering each other's eyes and ears. Oh, we got George suspended for dinner. Oops.
Who is supposed to sit in the empty
Emmy's
chair?
fine with the kills,
The
with
unoccupied chair is for
the
Declan.
gruesomeness and everything, but
I
Em does not
allow
like
him
it.
to
She's not
eat our
keen.
leftovers.
She's quite happy to just
if
sit and
there are
like.
any, that
She would much
is.
prefer to be sitting on her phone, or she'll maybe sit and do. She'll go on her phone or go on her tablet or something,
Mr. Brooks.
or she'll cuddle up
I'd
to
like
somebody
to
so she
ask
doesn't
you
need to see it. Or if she is watching it, then she'll just kind of.
I'd
she'll just
really
cuddle
like
in
to know
to watch
why
it.
you are an owl.
Oxygen inhaling species? Well, that's an odd question, don't you think, Mr. Brahe?
It's a bad question.
No,
Third time. Why?
really. Please tell me, why do you look like an owl?
Organ player? Well, I learned to play that instrument during my time in Prague.
Fair. Oh, excuse me. Poor thing. Why are you
I'm
anyway?
intrigued. What led to you becoming, you know, an
An
owl?
ostrich? Well, now you're getting silly. I am clearly not an ostrich, as everybody can see.
Oh,
That's true.
yeah.
Fine.
Mr. Brohi, if you don't mind, may I ask you something?
Of course.
It's about your golden nose. How did it happen?
Miss Wollaston, this is such a rude question. Asking someone about their unusual appearance.
This is Mortal Kombat.
You must be embarrassing, Mr. Brahi.
No, it's fine.
You are mistaken, Mr. Brahi. It is
We had that
clearly
on the
not
PC.
appropriate.
It was
Oh, dear.
Mortal Kombat.
All right.
When-
That was a
when it-
hard day for
what was the other one?
everybody. With a
Mortal
blissful
Kombat, we
meal as the
had
crescendo.
PGA Tour,
Have a good night.
which I was quite
my
good at actually. I was quite good at golf game on the
distinguished
PC.
guests.
30
At
odd
the
years ago.
Owl Observatory.
Oh, was that finished?
Wish list now.
Yes, they did. That was it finished.
You
was
have
fast.
to stay for dinner.
There was no song or anything this time. Boo. Anyway, that's on the wish list. When it comes out properly, we'll get it. So what did I not do? There's 3 things I didn't do. Interesting. But yeah. Like that, we had the original Dooms. We had Duke Nukem. It's a weird game though. It's supposed to be. Right, the reader of the diary could have been louder. It could have been a bit louder. I feel like one of the all get seen this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming out properly. So now I need to... Oh, husband's on. I need to... That's just crashed out. That happened. It just completely crashed out there. Right, anyway, so I'm going to set up for... What did I say it was going to be? Slay the Princess is game the 2nd. I need to change that on... Hi, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Right, so back into there. We'll go game audio. And we are looking at... It's not even there. It's not even there. It's not even there. Where is it? Right, we'll wait until it decides to load up, because I have pressed it to play. Are you going to play? There we go. It's thinking about it. Right, so we'll set up video game first. 10-hour shift. Oofed. That is true. I did do that. Okay. Come on. Steam. What are you playing at? Oh, it had an update. That's what was going on there. Cool. Right, so let me just get to the right thing. Subtitles. I'm going to go for... Why is that one? That shouldn't be on. Right, so Slay the Princess. And... Slay the Princess. Okay. I'll go that. And I need to change it on that. Oh my god, it's still set to Dreamcore. Why are you still set to Dreamcore? Is it still set to Dreamcore? Settings. I'm not doing the thing. Come on. Settings. Give me something. There we go. Output settings. Something went wrong. Give me the info. Settings. Give me the info. I will be 2 seconds. It is Shri the Princess. Pristine Cut. Continue. Right, let's go back to that. Ooh. You are doomed. We're all doomed. We're all doomed. It's a horror game and it's not intended for all audiences. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story, people. It's a love story. Let me just fix some stuff. Full screen. Thank you. Boil effect. You what? You what, mate? Right. Yeah. Right, so that's that. Unseen text after choices. Transitions. I don't want to skip anything. I don't know what the parallax events mean. What does it mean? A boil effect. So we're ready to get crispy. Bit nervous. Bit nervous. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So we can explore the end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Silently continue to the cabin or turn around and leave. Jeebus. So, I think I kind of want to do the. Do you think she's wants to end the world because she's locked in a cabin? That's what I'm going to go for.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
No, not blaming you for cough. I've had a cough for a while. I just can't shift it.
Right,
she's
before you
locked
decide
up.
to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess
It's
leaves
always the
cabin,
same.
the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
But do we have to, though? But do we have to? Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do we get some kind of reward? Why is it ending anyway?
The end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to it.
But you still haven't said why, actually, though. But how can a princess locked in the basement do this?
Linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad. Can't someone else do it? Forget it, I'm not doing it. Consider I'm okay with this. Reward for doing it. Look, I'll go to the cabinet and talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then I'll maybe slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. That seems like a good idea. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to do. I could just turn around and leave.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
I do have to say as well that I did receive this game free of charge. I did receive a code from it from Terminals. So, thank you, Terminals. That's the team at Evolve. So yeah, I did receive a key through them, so I'm excited to...
So sure, go
thingy.
Talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Fine, I will.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Well, speaking of Harry Enfield, yes.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He's the hero, so I would imagine it does. I like the graphics.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
A little bit. Right, I'm going to take it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Stop. I'll stop the door instead. Enter. It does a little bit.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
It sounds like it might have been a Wayne and Winnie a slope one.
The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
I don't know.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'm not being manipulated.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock
she's
eyes with
pretty.
the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Maybe.
Focus on the task at hand.
I don't like the look of this.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
No. Maybe. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
I don't think I wanna. Yeah.
Don't you dare.
I'll keep a hold of the blade, thanks.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'm going to tighten my grip, thanks.
Ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Oh, look at the big eyes.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward. your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Yeah.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Yeah.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
End this. Well, if she isn't bluffing, what if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade or slay the princess.
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far.
No.
No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
I am not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Okay, I guess we're in impasse. Squint at the princess while holding on to the blade. Drop blade or slay. Squint.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Yes. Squint even harder.
Even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Don't blink. Not even once. Let's do it.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Oops.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body
She
as
does
many
just seem
times or
annoyed.
more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
But how are we a hero when we've got, like, what kind of creature are we? I mean, look at our hands, the big nails and stuff. And have you noticed how bloody the pointer's got as well? It's got bloody, there's blood on it. Finished job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Yeah. Right.
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Okay.
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh well. She died.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess
It's
gasps,
fun.
her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Nope.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I died. We died.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, cool. It's got the previous choices there in the history, so that's kind of cool. I get a sense of deja vu. Deja vu. Hasn't this happened already? Okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here? She's going to kill me again. I already slew her. Sure, she killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again? Proceed to cabin, turn around and leave. Let's just go for the, what?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part
No
of it.
worries, Richie.
We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Have we?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Extra voice.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing
Those are
anything?
two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of
How did we get back here?
Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh. Enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win.
Yep.
Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Let's talk about this princess. We killed each other last time. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world? To quote you from last time round, she's just the princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands? What locked her in the basement, and what is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
No. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions?
Because I like to know the answers.
There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting. Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Do we believe him?
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Really? You're going to fall for it? Jeez.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Why else? Why would we be here? You're being cagey. What are you not telling me?
You need to know. Going into more detail will just
I think I need my dress again, a little bit chilly.
Very simple situation and make your job more difficult. What else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a rematch.
A rematch.
Exactly. The less you know about her, the better. She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Okay.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Bye.
Can't just leave. We're supposed to fight her. Where are you going? Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Right, so options are... Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin, I'll slay the princess. Ugh. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and try and talk to her. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. Well, guess we'll see. Lie, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters here is where I'm going. Where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. I'm going to go walk in the opposite direction now. Or quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Just go, nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yes.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
It's a bit dodgy. Fine.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
Oh, about time. I can't believe you were about to run away.
I wasn't going to run away much.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone
That
walls
wasn't there
press
before,
in on
was it?
you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Not
See?
the mirror.
Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You already wasted so much time in the woods. Who even cares if there's a mirror?
Who cares? Me?
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
This whole cabin is different.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
But we have, and we did, and we died.
So focus up. The world is depending on you.
And even the doors are different.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
It was.
Now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Fine.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter the basement. The doors are different though. Everything's different.
The door to the basement.
There's a cave now instead.
Revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Yeah.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final
She's got horns now.
the form of the
And a tail.
princess comes into view.
She's a tiefling.
A large shackle leading from her
She's
wrist
a
to the
tiefling now.
basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Ooh, different options. Right, I hope you heard all that, Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different from last time, but last time definitely happened. You look different, so you do remember me. I'm actually here to free you. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Slayer, I don't know what happened to you since the last time we met, but I am not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye, turn around and leave. Or turn around and leave without saying anything. Go with them.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. I've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously.
We are taking it seriously.
Whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay?
He's angry that he
Of
doesn't
course
know.
I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
True. Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never died. Do you see how alive I am right now? Would someone as alive as me already have died? I didn't think so. Oh, excuse me. Don't worry, I'm going to do a good job. You got me. Pretty much everything you said is true, or remain silent. Okay, I want to say this one. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Right? I'm just going to pretend that you're joking. Yeah, you better be joking. We can't win unless you take this seriously.
I will never take it seriously. Mwahaha.
Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
But there's nothing to say that it will actually do
Who says I
anything.
want to be free?
Fine.
I want the two of us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh. And I want to hear your bones snap beneath my fists.
I don't want to kink shame, but, you know.
Is that really too much to ask?
Yeah, especially that last part. Don't be such a coward. I'm just being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with her that doesn't involve throwing our life away.
I've just realised I haven't
I'd rather
fed the
not
cats.
die
I'm going to have to do
again.
that.
I find it
I'm going to have to go
deeply
feed the cats.
disturbing that you seem to relish the thought of it. Because it doesn't matter if we die again. It'll just be another opportunity to have the fight of our life. We don't know that for sure, and I'd rather not bet on it.
Attempt to free her?
I'm sorry, did I hear that right? Did you just say you're going to try and free? She doesn't even want to be free.
It's okay.
Exactly. So beyond the apocalyptic moral implications of letting her out, How do we even think that's going to work? I mean, we have a weapon, right? We could always just cut her out, yeah? While she's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? And then what? Do you think she'll just follow you out of here? Maybe. I don't know.
You don't know?
It's worth a shot, isn't it?
Could be anything.
No, it's not.
We're doing it.
Actually, no, you're not. I have a responsibility to the world here, and I'm not just going to let you throw yourself into a scenario where the literal best outcome is the end of everything. Until you come up with any other idea, your body remains standing rigidly in place. What do you think you're doing? You can't just order our body around like it's some sort of doll. Watch me. Your left arm lifts towards the ceiling and your hand twists into an obscene gesture. See? I can make you do whatever I want. So what? You barely managed to lift our arm.
What are you doing? What is that? Why are you moving so weird?
The princess, taken aback, flashes her own rude gesture in return. Hey, you, decision maker. I want us to fight her as much as he wants us to kill her, but this is boorish. Just ignore him. If you want to try and free her, I don't think there's much he can do to actually stop you.
Free.
You know what? Fine. Blade in hand, you charge forward to try and free the princess from her bindings.
Finally! I have no idea what you were just doing, but I'm glad.
As you slash across her wrist, her elbow comes crashing down on your skull. An unsettling crack echoes in your ears.
Okay.
It's a devastating blow. Your body crumples to the floor, limbs suddenly refusing to respond. This might be it.
That's it, huh? You've gotten really soft.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Really? In just one blow? Yes. Come on, that's hardly fair. We're not dead. You're just flipping the table over. It is what it is. You're dead. Finished. Over. Alright, fine. This whole thing's a frustrating mess anyways. We're better off with a fresh start. I'll see you two next time.
Okay, next time. I'm sure it'll be fine. The eye of the needle.
You're on a path in the woods.
This
If
isn't
you
the
weren't
woods.
so damn focused on freeing her, we wouldn't have died back there. You're strong, but you're bullheaded. This isn't a fight, it's a puzzle. She's stronger than us, but we can use that to our advantage. I hate puzzles.
Yeah.
I've never done a puzzle myself, but anything that doesn't get us beaten to death is good in my book. What do you have in mind? Same thing as last time.
What do we
Only
have?
we'll be smarter about it. We're getting her out of there. After that, we're seeing what happens. Are you insane? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If she gets out of here, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Enlighten me then.
Enlighten me.
I have no memory of meeting you, but you've clearly seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. You'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here. Mm-hmm. So where does that leave us? It leaves us exactly where we started, and where I'm sure you've already been before. The princess, left unhindered, will bring about the end of the world. You have to put a stop to her. The only way to do that is to slay her.
But it might not be the only way.
Screw it. I'm sick of this smug asshole telling us what to do. If you need help busting her out of there, I'm your man. Welcome aboard. And if things go bad once we get her out of the cabin, well, at least you'll be able to get the fight you wanted. The rest of you had better keep those two in check. They're far along the edge of a dangerous path. Don't let them go any further.
It's fine. Right, so we haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like her influence is poured out into the world. What if I don't agree with the plan? What if I'd rather do something else? No matter what happens next, it all seems like our answers are in the cabin. We might as well proceed. Silently proceed, or I'm done with this, bye, turn around and leave. I think...
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. But do we know it's her? For all we know, he's in control, pulling the strings to make us too afraid to do anything but slay her. For all we know, it could be us making the changes.
Could be. Could be.
Exactly. And at least, as things are now, there's no way for us to know. But the world is clearly not as it seems. We can't trust anything until we learn more. If you question reality itself, there's not much I can offer in the way of persuasion, but do
Let me turn this audio up a little bit again.
helpful for anyone to doubt the ground they stand on.
Because I realised that it might be quiet because I had turned it down because it was quite loud earlier in that the Owl game. And then it's like, oh wait, we've done 2 loops already and it's still quite quiet. Oopsie.
It's up to you in the end, isn't it? It'd be best if you bought in, but there's not a whole lot we can do to stop you if you decide to do something else. These are just powerless thoughts and opinions. You don't need to let them drag you and the world to ruin.
Let's just go. Let's just go.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis.
Was he stuck again? 2 seconds, the cat's got herself stuck. Okay, sorry. Catharsis.
That later. For now, you know what you have to do.
Let's go. Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
And the mirror. There's a mirror again.
The blade is your implement. Up to you if we want the blade. I think we can goad her out of here without it. Take it. It looks that way, sure, but it vanished the last time we interacted with it. Until proven otherwise, we shouldn't assume that it's real.
True.
A fair assumption, especially since I can assure you that there is no mirror. The only thing at the end of this room is the door to the basement. If there's a door on the other side of that thing, let's just smash it. Let's see if it stays there before we make any rash decisions. But if it is real, we should take a good look.
Which mirror?
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you? The door's right there, it's right in front of you.
There's a mirror. There's no door, there's a mirror.
This really is just like last time. Can you really not see the mirror? Or is pretending it doesn't exist another one of your rules? There isn't a mirror.
But there is.
Is it a rule to say that there isn't a mirror when there's clearly one right there? Because if it is, it's not a very good one. I'm inclined to agree, but we don't know how things work here, do we? Just smash it already.
Wait,
Reach
mirror
forward
clean.
and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters.
We didn't take the blade.
Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
She hasn't changed
She sounds
as
more
much as she
sultry.
did the time before. She still wants a fight, which means we still know her. We can...
Use that to her advantage.
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Don't worry about the chains. I've got a plan.
He's got a plan.
We'll just have to get her to break them.
Okay, continue to basement.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you.
I've got it ticked out. I've got another. Words are fun. So let's have a look at that. Don't know if I have to be looking at that, to be honest. So, okay.
We best remember how to get back up. The last thing we want is to be stuck between a wall and a raging devil. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel.
She's getting a bit more draconic.
The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face droops.
There you are. But this time you don't even have that little knife. Do you think this is a joke? Do you need me to break those fragile bones again to remind you how serious this is?
Good. You don't even have to goad her. She's doing it all herself. Let her break those chains and then run. Lead her out of here. She'll chase us without a second thought.
Will she?
You know what? I should have tried to intervene earlier because I can't let you do that. I won't. Tough shit. We're the ones in control here. It's not the... Yeah, doesn't feel nice to be yanked around against your will, does it?
Oh my god.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend. Okay, she's taken the bait. Now let's get out of here.
Run away!
Without hesitation, you turn back the chains as you near the top.
Anywhere you
Oops,
go,
I was supposed to read that.
will follow.
We're planning on it. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel. The cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
You sure we don't want a weapon? We don't have time.
We could grab it on the way out. I mean, it's right
That's
there.
what matters. You're making a mistake.
Too late, run for the door.
You continue to the door. It'd be a real shame if it was stuck. Don't listen to him. Locks are nothing, just barrel through. No!
Free
Your
her!
skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You bastard. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. So, this is what the end looks like.
How?
What is this place? Where are we? This doesn't feel right.
Okay, so it's freedom, or don't you get it? Everything you've known down here has been a lie. Whatever we find out here is the truth. It's the only way for us to be free. I don't know, but I was hoping we could find out together. What do you mean this doesn't feel right? That's what we're going for.
Another place. I don't care about places. I only care about you. Is this what you wanted? For me to see this? Fine then. I've seen it. Are you happy? Are you finally going to come back to me? Are we finally going to fight?
She readies her powerful legs to charge you, but then she slumps.
But I don't feel like fighting anymore. I am cold. It feels like this is where I'm supposed to be, like stepping out of that door with some driving purpose I've long forgotten. But I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
She doesn't want to be here. Fair.
I'm so confused. I'm sorry. It's cold.
What? What just happened? The blind leading the blind. You do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror, or approach the mirror.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
Does it?
It must have. Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like? The world
Not really.
didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
I think we're supposed to look at the mirror.
Dreadful about it.
I don't think you should.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Where's the princess? We don't know where she went, and we don't know how to go about looking for her.
Her to find anymore.
You're right.
True.
She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
It's like it's mocking us.
How can a mirror mock you though?
I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Cats are up to something. You approach the mirror, gaze into a reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Excuse me. Okay. We're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of here. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity, destroy your body. Choices. Lots of choices. Maybe I should have looked at the guide beforehand, because I was given a guide when I got the code. But hey, when did I ever look at guides? What are you?
I'm solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Well, solitary lights, what does that mean? What do you think I am? I don't know what I am. I'm a person. Solitary lights.
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to explore?
Yes.
Let's continue.
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one remembers a spark lost in time, and she would stop at nothing to reclaim it. She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally remembered what she thought she'd lost.
Let her out of there. Do we know each other? Is this the end of the
How
world?
can the world have ended if we are talking?
Well, you never know. Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Do you know the
You
narrator?
are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the
I have
princess?
only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
What about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
How do we know each other? Do we know each other?
Familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
So what? Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? That's the most logical thingy. And what if I don't let you do this? I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? Or okay, make me forget.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Remold. You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I need to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
And what if I don't let you do this?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow. I
Aren't you
have
fine?
not lived. I am not afraid to die. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Fair. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Bring the eye of the needle to
You're
her.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
The real Slay the Princess starts here.
And
You'll
in the
know when you see it.
basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. I don't know, you're not using a controller. End of the world. I did that one. If I do...
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
Right,
No
end of the
more
world stuff.
birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no... Don't...
How's your princess? Do you have any evidence?
Already
I've
on
done
the
this one
path
already.
leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to
Right.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oofed. That was a bit of a...
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. It's
Tell me what
secret,
prizes.
but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Excuse.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
That was a thanks for telling me what to do.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't know what...
Proceed. Because we have done it.
The interior of the blade is your...
Blade.
You take the blade.
Blade.
The door to the basement creaks open.
I've done it.
Good.
Continue.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steal.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you... So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hit...
Slay.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Stab.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
No.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
No.
It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
You'll die.
I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Remove the blade, check for pulse, or you're right, she's dead, let's just get out of here. Check for pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Uh-oh.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Well,
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
Well, that was nothing that happened.
See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Again. Do with the razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm going to take this moment to first start save and also to go pee. So yeah, I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Take this as an opportunity to go pee, grab a snack, get a drink, do what you gotta do, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Wrong one. Wrong one. Press the wrong button. Okay, so I'm back. Let's where'd it go? Pause that. Right, back to. I've got my dressing gown on as well. It's getting too cold. Excuse me. Okay.
You're here to slay her.
You know.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It's not letting me skip it. Right, she's going to kill me again.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
I mean, it happened, so, you know.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
In your voice.
And you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time.
It is true.
This whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine. Those are two very different questions. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
We
mostly listened to you. How were we supposed to know she'd spring back to life? If she sprung back to life in this hypothetical scenario, then clearly you didn't slay her. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right.
We'll do it right this time.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind it? Had you failed to slay the princess?
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone we were so close to finishing the job last time. She can't get the jump on us twice. If we're careful, we should be fine.
Yeah, but we thought that before as well.
Spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip. You'll save the world in no time at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just be quick about it. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things. Look, I'm not oh.
We're special.
Of course, if anyone's special here, it's her. Last I checked, we can't get up from a knife in the chest.
True. Why
I
aren't
told
you
you
telling me?
everything you need to know.
You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time. She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given, so long as you remember that.
But what if we don't remember that?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
We'll try.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to cabin.
A
Proceed.
warning before you go any further. She
What?
will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
Yes, you are.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
This whole cabin is different than last time. Approach mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
There was.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
I'm kind of liking the voice of the cheated the best so far. It's a whole different cabin. Step,
The door
step,
to
step.
the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you. That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor,
Very much doubt it.
begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
It's a little bit different, a little bit wrong.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
Yeah, she does.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
If I come close to you, you're just going to stab me, aren't you? What do you remember from last time? I know you have a knife, I'll let you out of here if you drop it. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now. Can we talk things through? I don't have the key. We killed each other last time, I'd rather not do that again. I know that you're mad at me, but I think we just need to let bygones be bygones. After what happened after you died last time. What if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you killed me last time after coming back from being stabbed in the heart. Nobody has to die. What are you going to do if I let you out? Okay, fine, I'm coming closer to free you. You better not try anything. Yeah, I'm not trusting this bye. Screw it, slave princess. So what if we do that one? Be honest.
That doesn't sound like me.
There you go again, talking up delusions about a past life experience that clearly didn't happen.
But it
It's
did.
like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
Obviously.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right? Yes,
Maybe.
something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. If you come close to me, you're just going to stab me. What do you remember from last time? I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it. Excuse me. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now. Can't we just talk about it? Don't have the key. Nobody has to die. What are you going to do after I let you out? What are you going to do?
All sorts sorts of things, which is why I think that's a great idea. I would love to not be chained up down
We
here.
would love to not be chained
Being
up.
chained up is so boring, and I crave fresh and new activities to broaden my horizons.
Doesn't sound dangerous at
Please
all.
don't let her out of here. Believe it or not, I think I'm actually with him on this. Okay, but what if all of this is just a misunderstanding? There has to be room for this to be a misunderstanding. I have absolutely
We're
zero
5 lives
doubts
in. That's
that
not
she
a
is going to
misunderstanding.
stab us if we get
I mean, look at that wee
She
face.
certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Right, I know you have a knife.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife.
That's
Where
not
would I
suspicious
keep a
even
knife?
slightly.
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
That doesn't fill me with confidence.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
But she is. Prove it then, that you don't have a
It would be
knife.
so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Is that up there?
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
Oh, it's her crown, that's what it is.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Where is she hiding it? Right, but what if you're just hiding it somewhere secret? If I come close to me, you're just going to stab me, aren't you? Do you remember what happened last time? Excuse me. I'd like to trust you, but you're just being so suspicious right now. Can't we just talk things through? I don't have the key. We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do it again. I know you're mad at me, but I think we just need to let bygones be bygones. What happened after you died last time? Nobody has to die. Activities like stabbing or cutting or murdering.
Yes, I mean, maybe. I've never done any of those things, but there is something alluring about the sound of it. I think it would also be fun to do other activities like look at a bird or touch a tree.
Okay, now listen.
She's getting a bit sweaty there.
You're not actually buying this, are you? Listen. Yes, I would like to look at a bird. You can look at a bird later. But if
I
we
want to
look
look at the
now,
bird.
we wouldn't have to be here. He has a point. Just make a decision already.
Do we have... Okay. So... what if you're just hiding it somewhere secret?
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret. Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Oh, Moose. Tell me you haven't done it.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
She is armed.
What?
Are you gonna stab me?
No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason.
For no reason.
And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
Look at the sweat dripping off her though.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My
True.
entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Like a butt. Because he's being a butt. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now. Let's go for it.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little bird face thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. Thinks he can tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. If you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting...
Do you remember what happened last time?
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that.
I'm pretty sure she remembers that.
But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened. Would I just lie?
Your box of
Just
parts
lie to
started.
your face and tell you a thing I
It's just
remembered
drinks.
happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again?
Yes.
I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
Can we just talk
We
things through?
don't have anything to talk through. We're strangers and this place is cramped and annoying and you should just come over here and let me out. Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit.
Oh.
In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
Myself.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains.
Is she, eh?
And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion.
Yeah, she's going to chop her other arm off, isn't she?
Then she slices
Yes, she is.
through her arm.
Just
Okay,
like that.
maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terror. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it you do. But unfortunately for you and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched.
Oh well.
You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense.
Oops.
She's much better at this than she was last time. Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
With a squelch, she does just that.
She does that indeed.
Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods.
This is not the
Fuck
woods.
that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. What? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
That is interesting.
Smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight. What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces.
We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times?
A few.
This is our third?
No, it's more.
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
That is way too much responsibility for one little
We
kobold.
couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp. That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
Oh, excuse me.
And what if we never do?
So we will. We will, eventually.
Just
It's
stand
fine.
there, or are you
We'll
going
be
to
fine.
head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Don't trust it. Fair. Approach it anyway.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Voice of Cheated is getting right to business. Wipe mirror clean.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. It was never there.
Surprising.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
So there's no chance of escape. Awesome. Awesome.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
She's not
But
going to play
don't
dumb
worry
anymore.
about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Part of the fun, is it?
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We
As
just
well.
need to find a way to win once.
True.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Yep.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past
They mattered.
isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal
She's
bickering is
getting-
cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat.
God.
From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms
Oof.
flopping at her elbows
So gross.
like torn sleeves. The chain, she's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Okay, we're fighting with her, obviously. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. That's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. She has swords for arms and we don't. We're panicking. We're going to fight her and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. So we kill ourselves. All of these ideas suck. Think up something better.
Now,
Let's try flirting.
I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Please don't try romancing the princess. She
Suddenly
wants to
feel like
kill
every
you.
D&D game in the world.
She's going to end the world if you don't stop her.
She just wants a cuddle. A spiky cuddle.
Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster?
I'd rather not.
It's not like she wants us anyway.
I'm fine with it. Let's see where this goes.
I know you want to kill me, but has anyone ever told you just how gorgeous you are? I just really feel like I really get you. Like, I like you. Romantically, even. Maybe we can hash this out over a date. How about you buy me dinner before impaling me to death, or give her the look? Let's give her the look.
The look. The look. We've all used it. Yeah, do you not know about the look?
The look.
Even I know about the look.
The look.
Flash the princess the look. And a rosy blush
Oh,
rushes to
look
the
at me
princess's
blush,
cheeks
it's
as she
so
breaks
cute.
into a wide grin. Unbelievable.
That's so cute. It's so cute.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still going to kill you. But now we could both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Or not. At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
But how much does this change it?
Blush still glowing in her cheeks. The princess closes the distance between you, blades flashing. She skewers you.
Worth it.
Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters is that she likes us. She's even said as much. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you? I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, dead, dead.
I think the voice of the broken kind of reminds me of... Oh, what's his name? Melvin? I want to say Melvin from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
But she's going to keep going at it.
Horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
Well...
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another... us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
But, does it?
We'll win her heart eventually. Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
Come on, show me something new.
Okay, we're going for the suicide route. It doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Then you skewer yourself.
And yeah, then we skewer ourselves.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Well,
Yes,
there's
we are.
more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
There's not much harder that we can get.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Just panic. Flee.
There's nothing to do.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Do you see that? We almost had her.
Almost had her,
That was
honest.
luck. But we only have to get lucky once. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
We're not giving up.
Okay, let's go again. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
We tried that a while ago. A long time ago.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one.
Was it?
None of this is working. Think.
Her teeth are getting mashier.
You as you. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need.
That's all we need.
And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 4. Mutually Assured Destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good.
There's no blade.
Our steel claw is already in our hand. Oh, what if we throw it out the window? Over my dead body.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot.
We've died a lot.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
It sounds like a lighter voiced Matt Berry, that one.
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really.
And he just sounds like Neil for the young ones.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
Phrasing.
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You describe it, you do it.
We'll notch up that winning.
Or we do it, you describe it.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Well, that's what happens. You decided to screw us over.
Just want to win.
Just want to win. We just want to win.
Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
Well,
I
we
guess
stitched back
we're
together.
not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
She likes it.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
I don't know.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for
we've been
all of us
distracted
when
now
I
by
say
because.
that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin
Oh
twists,
my
sticking to
god.
reams of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls.
There's a hat.
All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
See, we just need to get to that. There's no way that we're going to get to it, but that's all we need to do.
For what comes next?
What comes next?
Shit. She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Yes.
Okay, smitten.
Behold the perfect woman.
What?
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
That would be a very good idea.
That looked painful.
It did.
How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up.
It is just made up.
She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it? This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We hate existing, do we? Okay.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it. What just happened? It's so quiet.
We just emptied our mind. Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes you as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal, neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Hey! You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Approach mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've grown. Ooh. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed? What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of all this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? Or when I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've ever met. Thank you. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why? What do you want me to bring the next time? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? I'm ready to go back. Attack the entity or destroy your body. Are you the same being as before?
As a child, the same as an infant. I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
No,
The
we're asking
vessels
questions.
you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches
Excuse
to
me?
new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Yeah.
With
You know
every
what you have to
gift
do.
you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Right, so I'm going to kill you at the end of
There is
this.
still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
That would also be nice. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You have been kinder to me than anyone else I have met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers. And every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep going down the list.
To show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels?
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. The task of finding my vessels is your burden to carry.
Are ready to go back?
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants.
So for the considering the world, that you want the world to end.
I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Should we just go with that one?
Spirit.
Vive la revolution. La revolution. We'll go with that option.
You make your way up the short path.
We know him. Proceed. The blade is your implement. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the...
We've done that already. We'll kind of skip.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing...
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a head.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Yes.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Maybe.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two...
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just... Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Tighten grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten.
You poor thing. Your hands are...
I've been through this bit already.
Your grip on the blade tighten.
Oh? No talking then? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that's so, you should just drop it. Best not to...
She's unarmed. If you...
Not dropping the
Then
blade.
I'm not talking to you.
Did the squinting.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay or drop the blade.
Drop blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
Maybe we can't.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
Too late.
I said
Just make
keep
sure
that
you don't
on.
forget about the blade
I'll fix it, don't worry.
You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Yeah, relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of... If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
No. 2 seconds. Okay, sorry. And what are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Still have a few more questions. Actually, I've changed my mind, or I'll see what I can do.
Fine. What do you want to know?
How would I get you out of here? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Okay, what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How would I get you out of here?
Can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Love you.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She
What's
is.
she suggesting?
I'm sure of it.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll
can't
never
get an
a straight
answer.
answer out of her.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Slay, I'm getting you out of here, examine the chains. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away. Examine the chains?
You have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Don't break them.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
But there was nothing upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'll be here.
She'll be
You
here.
attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Interesting.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess.
Don't like that.
And you won't leave until... You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply... Easier for who? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife.
Yeah.
Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Well, we'll figure it out. Save her.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
There was
Free
nothing.
from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Yeah.
Now let's get out of here.
Excuse me.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
But
as the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
slay. Warner? Warner.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Try to get me killed. Slay. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She's gonna kill me.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
He just sounds so fed up with us now.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
It was. The prisoner.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to slay her.
Yep. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of it. For us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree.
Trying.
If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to... And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Yeah, but you haven't explained fully what will actually happen. Right,
Those are two very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a moment that if you're back here, I'm assuming the
Right, we died.
irony. You really don't
What's the
remember
skeptic?
what happened
Okay.
last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
We are crafting nothing.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her?
Yes.
Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I
Well,
did, you probably deserved it.
I didn't mean to do that.
I'm a professional, after all.
Don't know what happened there. Actually, don't know what happened there.
Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any
Consequences,
yes, but in
we did this
if
bit.
it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
It's entirely possible.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here.
Okay.
Yet, here, you're talking in circles.
Here
no,
we
I'm
are.
talking in facts.
Let's
Just
talk
be
about the
quick
princess.
about it.
The only reason she was even able to let me kill her the last time was because of the letter killer, and all she did was slit my throat. How is that? How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more. You'll just have to
That's
trust
a
that
bit
what I'm
crazy.
saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Right, okay. Sorry about that.
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
We know.
What
There's been no
could
proof.
you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
Excuse me. Check your pockets.
Put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust. You mean
He's
you're on
on
our side?
our side.
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Yeah. Fine,
Great.
whatever.
Now, if you don't mind,
Proceed to cabin.
a warning. She will lie.
Sure,
Yes.
she'll do
Did you
that.
just say wink out loud?
Oh, I messed up it.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus.
Wink. This a wink
The
wink
interior of
kind
the
of
cabin
stuff.
is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and the only furniture of note is an iron table. The blade is your...
Cabin's
Very
different.
different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on it? Now isn't that a...
Oh my god, they're getting into the kitchen.
Maybe
Blooming
you
cats.
haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop the ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
100% just stood on a cat by accident there. Oops. No, you haven't actually been here before. What this means that you'll finally get released. Right, okay.
So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
What about the mirror? You haven't told us about the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that
So
layer.
some of it is just the exact same. So this is us. Ow. Let's see what this next level is. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand. There was a mirror a second, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled.
Right.
Maybe
Take knife.
You take the blade from the table. Good idea. Much better to be up.
And enter basement. We shall go. We adventure.
The door to the basement
Ooh,
creaks open,
fires.
revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess, her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while.
Does she remember us? You walk down the
Ooh,
stairs
she's got a
and
lot
lock
more.
eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
So much for cutting her out of here.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
That was
Interesting.
there last time too, wasn't it?
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Ooh. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here and leave the princess. Stay with her or sleep with her. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
Okay.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
It's the music. I'm like, where am I hearing this? There's like...
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Explore. Intentions? What do you mean? And I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? The other chain on the wall, who is it for? What would you have me do? I think I'm just going to leave you here, actually. You're not much of a threat to anyone locked up like that. Bye. Worsley. So, what do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why, there isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
You're
Is
not
she
doing that.
forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right.
No.
Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
I mean, she probably could. She probably end
Oh,
up
I
growing a
suppose
second
you
head.
could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Although I suppose... Okay. I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers this? How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head's in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
No.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
She wouldn't do that to
Though if
us.
she isn't bluffing, Whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
No guarantees.
So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
What are you doing, Cat? And she's stressed out because I've shut the door over, so now there's just a tiny little gap, and she's like, I can't get back. She's stressing for no reason because they're blimmin' idiot cats. Anyway, pros and cons.
I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
She may.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him. Possibly even more than we can't trust her.
True.
Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Not giving you a weapon. Right, so options are same as before. Just going to leave you here, slay the princess. If you want to leave, I'm going to be the one with the weapon. Deal with it and cut her out on her own. It's okay, I'm trusting you. Give her the knife. I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you a weapon. I'm not giving you a weapon. In case you've forgotten, you killed me with it last time. I'm not giving you a weapon. You realise that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right? Distrust. The other chain on the wall, who's that for? What happened last time? I've been here before.
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me. I'm extremely patient.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
It is indeed. Right, so who's that for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Inspector.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
True.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
As if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me?
Yep.
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Yes.
Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Lovely.
That's horrible.
Lovely.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Did you know this would happen? What do you want to do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Both stuck here.
Yep.
Not one for small talk.
Nope.
That's rude.
Oh.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
It could be.
There isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work?
Yes.
It's just. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
That is how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger.
How have you noticed the
I don't
basement
like
challenge?
small talk.
The basement? Basement.
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode. She
True.
hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't.
What happened to the blade
Even
though?
more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Well, don't know about that.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
That was fast. Okay. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, so we have, of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared. And approach the mirror.
But
We'll say that
so
one.
bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. But it's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
If you say so. We'll trust you.
Trust me.
Feels too good to be true.
Approach. You approach the mirror. Gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Ooh, I'm getting slimy, withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed. You're at the cabin. Approach.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? I'm still planning to kill you once we're done. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? Have you figured out what you'll want when you're finished? Do you still not care what I bring you next? How many more vessels do I need to bring you? I'm ready to go back.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or the other. It's just I just want it to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you. That one, not really.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. She will make for a patient heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
What happens to the
My
worlds?
perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you want to be?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening.
Our
Other
awakening.
desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Oh, excuse me. Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
How many more vessels?
We will know when we near our destination. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
That just sounded so violent that time. I don't know why. It just like took me completely out of it. Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1, the hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods. Does it? Are you a
Yeah, we've done that.
While I appreciate...
Do your job, and Slayer. Forget it, I'm not doing this.
No, you have to do it.
No, I don't. Nope.
Seriously? There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Obi does.
That's strange. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time. When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
No. I refuse to believe this
Fine.
guy.
You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Don't believe you.
And here
Don't
we go.
believe.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
There are many now.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins,
Cabin in the woods.
desperately trying to draw you
Ow.
back to where you need to be.
Oh wow, this has just completely broken my hair, hasn't it? My necklace has cut my hair. Ow.
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It
Yes.
doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
It's not entirely true. I just don't think that killing the princess is the best idea.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh well.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
He is indeed.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining
Yes.
my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Okay. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Stay in the
You
woods
have
forever.
already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
These walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go in the cabin.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. a warning before you go any further. She will lie. If we're
Jeez,
stuck
no.
going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Proceed.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's all. The only furniture of note is a plain table. The blade is your If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife?
I haven't seen that
world-ending
window yet.
monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. But when everything here is so... Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
It's wiggly. Very wiggly.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we close
Very
our
stressful
eyes, you're
geography.
constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours, and quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. Okay. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important
Approach mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the... What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
It's a mirror. Like the green. Green's
was a mirror,
gone.
and now it's gone. You know that taking
Mirror's
the mirror
gone.
away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again. You take the blade from the table. Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Hold it
Switch
that
your
way.
grip on the blade. Congratulations.
Now it's plungy, plungy, stabby.
Yes! Isn't this so much better?
Plungy, plungy. Stabby, stabby.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better.
Not panic stabby. No, it's death stabby.
It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Yoink.
Ah, yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night.
Yeah.
I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It will be what's done is done.
Good luck, hero.
The door to the basement
It's a lot of
creaks open,
stairs.
revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap.
This is a
Like
trap.
whatever, we don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still
does
be
indeed.
plenty of ways to ruin his day.
That's true. Harsh stairs to the left, centre staircase, or soft stairs to the right. Let's go centre.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases,
Could take a while.
and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else.
That's true.
And so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
But how do we know that much?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the
That's quite cool.
consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the
What just
top of the
happened?
stairs.
What just happened there?
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart.
Ooh, puzzles.
If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once... We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it.
Well, I don't want to be, doing whatever about it.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Yes.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
But why?
Princess. You can call me Princess if you'd like.
There's more.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Werewolf would always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well,
That's fine.
if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Get down here,
I don't remember
wizard.
what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Why do you know? Do you know why you're down here? You're apparently a threat to the world, so I was sent to slay you. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting you out of here, try to free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Regretfully think about that time that you threw out the blade. Why is that telling? Let's try to do all three at the one time.
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here.
Well, I mean, maybe, but still.
But you know, right? You have to know.
You have
You're the
to
only person
know.
I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
Excuse me.
Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Oh, she's getting
This
angry.
is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse. Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't...
It's everything.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
No, I don't think we were.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Also kind of gross, ladies.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should
think
help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
A little bit.
Please.
It's going to be okay. I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to get fixed. No, you just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you or say nothing. Or that. Or that. That also happens. When everything is possible, nothing is. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone.
Where did she go?
Where did she... Oh, there's that mirror. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels he's just messing with us.
Report. Gaze into a reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You're unravelled. Ooh. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Duck hunt. Where are we getting duck hunt? Greg, how are you doing? How's things? Welcome on in. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me? There's trees, stars, and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real? Do you have thoughts on this vessel? Then it says about the narrator. Is that a rhetorical question?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There are trees and stars and
There's
people.
a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel? Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken? When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, we're going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
But Greg, thank you for those little alerts there. It's appreciated. Hope you're having a good day so far. Well, I hope you're having a good evening, a good night, and all that stuff. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
The point of awakening is to find out. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
How many more?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you? Yes.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
You know we're going to fight when this is over. Do you really want me to bring the last vessel? Or, if this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here, or I'm ready to go back. We'll do the
We may
top
fight,
one.
and we may not. But not all fights end in destruction, just as not all conversations end in peace. Even if you destroy me, it will have been worth it to finally know what I am, and to have had the chance to know you. You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
There is no waiting forever. I don't want to...
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Yes, she will. She'll be waiting. I don't know why I jump at that every single time. Bring the stranger to her. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods.
Right, no wait. I need to... We'll quit now. Yes, we want to quit. Right. So, let's have a look at that. There's 131 achievements to this game. What the heck? What the heck? 131 and I've got 13 of them. I've got 10%. There are so many achievements. That's insane. 44 are hidden as well. Okay, cool. So, right, okay. Woo. So we'll be going back to that at some point. 100%. Let's pop that back over here. Stick some music back on. There we go. Right, so it is 20 minutes past 1. I should sleep. That would be a good idea. Sleep would be, excuse me, a fabulous idea is what sleep would be. So let's have a look and see who we've got online, to see who we can raid over to. So we have, who do we have? He'll been playing for, he'll be, jeez, that's a long time. He's still alive. Okay, so I think it's just going to be ferrets. I think we're just going to raid into the ferrets. But thank you all for coming along and spending some time with me this evening. It has been an interesting couple of games. I'm looking forward to doing the Owl Observatory properly once it comes out. and I'm also looking forward to seeing what actually happens with the rest of this game as well. Let's see how many more endings that we can find, because there's so many. But yeah, we are going to raid over to on Twitch. We're going to raid over to Ferret Software. We're going to get the ferrets. So we go, if I can remember how to do it. Chloe, thank you for lurking throughout the thingy. I know it's been kind of, you've been hearing the weirdos. You've been hearing the weirdness, and every so often just me going, huh? What? It's my just freshly washed and dried dressing gown. It's freezing here right now. Oh, you got the Gudetama one? I want it. Saying that, I've said that and I'm like, did I say it right? Because I know that Meg was having problems saying it yesterday. She was like, you bought it for Vip. I do that quite a lot with him as well. She was having issues because I was lurking for the most part and Meg's stream last night. And it was just like everybody going, you say it this way, not that way, and she's still going. But I think I've just said it the exact same way that she did, so I don't care. Right? I'm Scottish. I can't say words properly at the best of times. So ferrets. How do you spell raid? Ferret software. So let's get the wee raid alert set up proper. Ferrets assemble. Ferret software. We've worked from slaying princesses to studying alien life forms. Ferret's the final frontier. These are the voyages of the stream USS Moogle. May the ferret be with you. That sounds so bizarre. So that's for those that are subbied. No, that's the non-subby one. So if you're not subbed, do the top one. If you are subbed, do this one. But yeah, there's not much going on. But yeah, we're going to raid them. Let's actually set it properly now. Raid ferret software. Where? Have I did it right? Yes, I have. Right, I will be back tomorrow evening. I don't know if we'll continue on with that or if we will jump over to Unknown 9 Awakening, because I do want to get that played. I do want to play that as well. But yeah, that'll be us for the day. Thank you all for coming along. Thank you for just chilling and lurking with me. It's appreciated. And I'll be back tomorrow. Please stick around for the raid.